So, looking at places just in a more general way, what do you think they could do to make things more accessible? And what can people with hearing loss do if they need adjustments or assistive tech?
Yeah, of course. So I actually think for me the biggest shift is moving from accessibility being something that you have to ask for to something that is just always there. Like if someone has to constantly think ahead, where do I sit? What might I miss? Is there going to be assistive listening technology there? Is it going to work? Do I
Yeah,
have to ask for something? Do I have to, you know, raise this as a question before I attend somewhere? It's mentally draining. So
yeah,
for me, it's like the concept of built in, not bolted on. And that
yeah,
really matters. I think when something accessibility is built in, when there's a ramp there, when I don't have to ask for it, when there's assistive technology there, when somebody is facing me to ask a question, when somebody doesn't look at me in a kind of negative way if I ask them to repeat themselves, for example,
yeah,
when people normalize this because it is normal and it should be normal, it changes so much. So they
yeah,
it's technology awareness inclusion is just a given because it's been built into a culture, it's built into the building, it's the day-to-day setup of a workplace or a location. It
yeah,
immediately reduces those barriers
yeah,
and it's so easy to do. Is it also really helps normalizing hearing loss because it's 1 in 3 of us in the UK who are deaf have hearing loss or tinnitus. 1 in 3 of us. When you break that down in that statistic, it's huge. So it really should be something that we think about as default. Why do we not? It
yeah,
baffles me sometimes.
yeah,
I think if you have to ask for access, already it's not fully accessible. That's
yeah,
my
yeah,
view. But if you are coming from it where you are a hearing aid wearer, um, or you are looking for, you know that you're going to need some support technology or assistance in whichever capacity, I think for me personally, something that I have learned over the years is actually just to ask and feel okay to ask. It's okay to ask. It's right to ask. It's in your
yeah,
right to have access.
absolutely. Yeah,
It is something that people should be doing as norm. We should
yeah,
all be um, we should all be treated sort of equally and supported to be able to experience things equally. And
yeah.
I think well, most of us are on board with that.
But I really just wanted to go back to what you said slightly earlier on about built in and not bolt on, because I love that. And I think that really summarizes it all so nicely. Um, because thinking about assistive listening isn't an afterthought. And in fact, actually, in order to do it properly, to make sure that it works for the environment that it's going in, whether it be at work in a meeting room, or for it to be, installed into a new build, for example, the thought process needs to start a lot earlier on,
Yeah.
and be built into part of that process. The same as we think about all the other facilities that need to go into the construction of a new building. It needs to be part of that. And although, we're lucky we live in a world where absolutely, if you need to add these bits on as that kind of last minute or unfortunately an afterthought sometimes, it can be done. But wouldn't it be so much easier and nicer for everybody if it was built in straight from the beginning and just the absolute norm as part of every process?
Definitely. And you can see it as well as somebody who uses these things, as someone who uses disabled toilets, ramps, assisted technology in different factors. When you go somewhere that they have built it in and it's not bolted on, you notice it and you
Yeah,
really appreciate it and you go back and you do it again and you talk about it and you tell people about it because
yeah,
it makes such a difference to your entire experience.